Hi everyone, Danika Watson, nurse practitioner, here to discuss how teething can affect your baby's meal times. Again, this is a disclaimer. This is not medical advice, diagnosis, or recommendation. This is simply information for you all. This does not take the place of a well child check or a sick visit. If you have questions, please consult your pediatrician or physician. Okay, so let's dive on in here and talk about teething. I've had a lot of babes in my office over the past few weeks, and even my own, who have been teething really hard. And the number one concern from parents is, well, they're not eating and they're drooling everywhere and they're irritable and I'm concerned they're not getting the calories they need. And it's very true. When children teeth, their meal times are much disrupted. Foods that they normally like, they won't eat. They may only pick at meal times. They're wanting to drink formula or nurse more often than usual. Sometimes even like water, if they're a really good water drinker, they don't drink very well. So things that you can do to help support them during this time is offer something cold at every single meal. That way they can get that soothing in. You can also offer like frozen vegetables, especially cucumbers and celery. They have a numbing effect. For your older babes who do have teeth, you want to make sure that they don't, bite off big chunks. But frozen vegetables, frozen fruits, teething rings work too, but anything that you can serve cold. If you're a breastfeeder, you can also make like milk pops. Then they're getting the calories they need and the good stuff, as well as the numbing effect from the cold pop or popsicle. But a lot of people my kid is running a fever of 102 plus and it's just teething. And although every once in a while that might happen, if there's something else going on, if it's truly just teething, their temperatures don't get that high, okay? So we want to really pay attention to what else is going on with our children and their bodies and know when to go see your pediatrician. Another thing that I want to point out is teething doesn't last for weeks and weeks and weeks. Usually the pain doesn't, okay? Back up. The pain from teething doesn't last for weeks and weeks and weeks. The most discomfort and the most pain is when the tooth is actually erupting or piercing through the gums. And that's when it gets super swollen and painful. And that can typically last up to a week and a half. So that's when you want to be the most supportive. Beyond that, it shouldn't be teething pain. You may still be getting the tooth in, but when it hits that skin before it breaks through, that is when the pain occurs. So support them with, like I said, the cold options during mealtime, letting them nurse or have their formula more often, especially if that's the only calories they're taking in. Be more comforting to them, and knowing and understanding where they're coming from and what the problem is half the battle right there. If you do have questions about teething, if you have some tricks that you want to share on here, drop them below.